we know what this team is now. It's Pred, it's Exted. What else is going to be for the future?
They're building for something. And yeah, I mean, what would be a success this year? I mean, if I don't know, you're able to pull off a top 4, top 8. Yeah, no, it's insane. What is a success? Because you do have this, you know, you have champs, maybe EWC if they keep the same roster. I don't know. What would be, honestly, what would it be for you? Because, all right, take the players aside, like, with the start they had. But top 4?
6.
Top 6, maybe? Just get like 1? Like, that'd be a success considering how it started?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
100%. I mean, that's 2 match wins at LAN. So
that's true.
That'd be pretty solid.
We'll see if they'll be able to do just that. Might be difficult to do considering the level of competition we've got in the league currently, and they've got a test right now.
Yeah, and then on the other side for Miami, it's like you have to lock this hardpoint in. Your search and destroy is so good, 1 in 3 on the stage. You lost 2 to LAG, which is a big surprise. I mean, we've seen LAG have some good games, but we're considering Miami, you know, to be in the top 4 with how good they have looked with Super, with their recent LAN performance, so they have to lock in their respawns.
No, absolutely do. And yeah, this might be one where you can catch them a bit if you're Falcons. You heard the devs talking about maybe working on some maps, trying to expand the map pool. We'll see a lot of the top teams try to do that, especially at this point in the year. So maybe some openings for Falcons to catch them with some favorable maps within the matchup, but let's not get it twisted. Heretics absolutely the favorite here by a wide margin. Looking to get a good kind of winner's bracket start and back-to-back majors here.
Yeah, you had Real and Rencore trying to spawn out back P2. Falcons, I think they had everybody spawn out, so bit of an odd one. Great shots from Rencore right there. The headshots onto Pred. Well, you still have these close spawns, so nice plays from Real and Rencore on the rotation to lock this down.
No, that was a snap and a half. That was very, very clean out of Rencore. Now see his POV as they try to hold this from the front side. The pressure is here. The damage is in from Rencore, but not able to finish the kill. 3 are going to drop really on Real to try and hold the cross to make sure nobody gets through, and he does a beautiful job of that. Despite the fact he loses everybody, they still have the back spawn. He gets 3. You're still in a good spot.
Yeah, and he's the guy who's been a little critical of himself lately. Just feels like, you know, he had a strong start to the year. It was really him and Rencore. Maybe there was just more room for him, more numbers on the map with some of their past rosters, where right now I think he's just trying to get comfortable back with Super.
Yeah, he sort of said like uncomfortable or trying to find his rhythm again. I just think when you're a player like him, I don't know, or a Shotzi or whoever to place it, like the pace they do, anytime there's a team change, anytime you're trying to add maps to the pool, anytime the game changes a bit, you're probably one that feels it the most. It takes a little time to get back into your rhythm.
Well, and also I think last year he had the who is this guy sort of, right? He was a rookie. How does this guy like to play?
Yeah. We
all know, like, he is this lurker, likes to go on these flanks, sort of, and teams are going to look for that when they're playing Heretics. So he's got to learn how to switch that up.
I think that's been one thing we've highlighted a lot this year. Players in those positions with some of these maps, it's been difficult to find their openings. They've been getting shut down a lot, and yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But what a healthy 30 or so point advantage for Heretics currently as we focus on the P3 with under 30 seconds remaining. A lot of focus going to be the potential spawn and flip, but for now, Falcons doing a great job making sure Heretics aren't in the point. They've held the rotation, made sure nothing is snuck on through. They played safe enough. The spawn's still coming in by Art.
Yeah, everybody pulling out the ARs. You see exited the feed. Priest to RC's finding kills at the right time. Real going to be the forward man for Heretics, but he's going to get cut down as Pred's hunting him. So, I mean, you have so much room to work with here. I say you just got to be careful. That back spawn was open for a second. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, no one plays safe. Metal spawns in the back.
He's like, okay.
Number 5 and Priest is going to spawn out. That should be the call. Luckily, they had that. But yeah, I was going to say, no one was blocking.
No one blocking. Now Metal's just trying to capitalize, hoping his teammates can get a little bit closer before he pounces. Now he's going to go, finds the opening. Teammate's going to find 2 more. There's the last one. That's just misplayed by Falcons. You do probably the hardest part, right? Like, you play that basically perfect throughout the later stretch of the P3. You not only get the time, but you hold the spawns, and that's a blunder that might cost you the map.
I mean, yeah, nobody's in Art, nobody's statue. So you just blacked out as a team. Yeah, you aren't wrong. You held down P3.
No, that was really, really good. Like, final half of P3.
You just gifted it to him.
No, that is going to be a tough one to swallow.
That's just dumb.
No, it is. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. And Heretics are going to turn that into a healthy chunk of time. And I was going to say, like, really good job by Falcons, too, because I think Heretics, like, when they really get their ideal setup at 4, like, they're one of the better teams at holding it. Just the AR firepower they have, their comms are on point. They're great at holding their crosses. I feel like we see like Rancor and Super go on good sprees there at all times. So not giving that to them was great, but then you didn't give it to them.
Sure did. And on top of that, someone who's giving it to him, it's Real. He's on 19. I mean, he was at 13, 12 or 13 at like P3, so he's kept it going here. You know, I think he's just kind of locked it on himself, finding that game again.
Seems to be working on it, and you know, Rhaegar, who's been sort of their superstar, not really having the numbers right now. He's been their respawn demon more often than not, but hey, fact is, you've got an advantage right now. You got to assume he's going to start to heat up. I'm like surprised to see him at that because we haven't watched his POV much. When we did, it was like that ridiculous snap, and I'm like, okay, he's hot, but
well, it just had the tough spawns, right? You're fighting up the street for half of that first set. See if it gets a little bit cleaner. See Prisha trying to play safe alongside Exnid for this P2. Real, though, is on the hunt, but does get cut down. So Falcons with a chance here to cash in at P2.
Yeah, good job by Prisha, just playing patient off spawn, just L-triggering up, not letting Real maybe catch a timing there and disrupt things. As you said, another opportunity maybe to bring this back in their favor, but everyone's just going to get smoked. It's the ARs from Heretics that light it up. Falcons have the back spawn still, but I mean, if you're at the time of your Heretics, this is everything you want and more. One player going to spawn, I believe, in Pred. He's going to be able to pinch this, and we'll see if it turns into something.
Yeah, you would love to find maybe a little bit more if you're Pred, maybe to peek out Cap, but maybe he thinks they know he's going to split there, so they would have looked for him. Had a chance. They better cut off the reinforcements. Instead, plays for the catwalk, and I don't know if it's really going to work out. Heretics do a good job again fighting back.
Can you do the splits, Joe?
No.
Dude,
not at all.
I'm pretty flexible, but I can't do that.
Oh, not a chance.
That's part of my body that's not flexible.
No, too much gaming.
I'm trying right now. It's not going well, Joe.
Why are you trying to do this?
I don't really know. I think I'm going to pull something. We used to always talk about splits, and got me thinking.
Oh, split spawns.
Yeah. Yep, that's how my head got there, Joe. That's the ADHD taking over. Heretics trying to stay in control of this one. They'll have the left side early control. Last time, yeah, this is where I think they went to the blender a little bit when you talk about the slaying department, at least early on before they gifted P4. They were battling from a tough position throughout. This time, how long can they hold it? So far, so good, but RC's POV for now is he's trying to find openings into the P3. Pressure to Heretics to make sure nobody is flirting on through. Holding the line for now.
Yeah, that's just really it. You see Rancor just making sure they have spawns hard side. RC's trying to do what he can. But yeah, this is why I think you saw Rancor kind of struggling on the first half because they were dealing with this just from the opposite side. Super, he's on the hill. He's up to 24.
Like, look at the map control. Like,
yes, so much. They are going to find a couple of kills, so there will be some early pressure. Do they get a spawn out? They do get one, so you have a 4-on-3 right now at Real on the other side of the map.
Your best opportunity to capitalize if you are Falcons. We'll see if they're able to do it. Rancor still trying to heat up, able to win that fight though, and maybe solidify this hold. That's a great sweep to the board there from Heretics. And now they get into their position. I think when they get to their setup, they're one of the better teams at holding this. Can they do it now? Funneling everybody through poolside, all the ARs out and hitting. So far, so good. The point man in Arcity is trying to bring it, but not able to do it as Metals finds 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you see Real just making sure no one takes a route, but he has them spawning all of pool. You are just funneled on in, about to hit a 30 bomb. You're not going to touch this hill if you're Falcons. I mean, maybe for a moment, maybe a bit of a contest here from Pred, but that is going to be it. Another spree for this man.
Real is frying 31-15, 5 in a row, up nearly 100. Let's see the comps for Miami Heretics.
Y otro más sigue dentro.
Vamos a tiempo ahora. Escuchadme, vas a ir por la izquierda.
Vale.
Vas a ir por la izquierda, vamos a tiempo ahora.
Uno canto, matamos la izquierda del lobby, Pred. Dale, super. Está en la escalera.
Estoy jugando Ponce, estoy jugando.
Otro más lobby conmigo, creo.
Sí, espera, pía, doble. Está Prista muerto tú. Lobby, Moni, tú. Y Pilares ahí.
Moni no veo. Pilares muerto. Cati, Moni.
Vale, Kate, Sexy, Santa. Pilares de Rencor.
Pilares ahí son 2.
Voy a ir
por Doris o...
¿Podrían hacer algunos Pilares?
Doris o Bol.
Otro más derecha,
Siempre 4, chavales.
Punto
conmigo, Pilares ahí. Ahí no lo veo.
Sale 4, ¿qué te pasa?
Uno canta, Pred, me pincha.
Una bala.
El de blanco no lo veo.
Muerto, Presta.
Un tiro cat,
Vale, sí.
punto.
¿Puedes poner el equipo vosotros?
Cat, Fred. Y punto, Cat y punto.
Doble side, esa win. Doble side, casi un tiro. Y otro Pilares.
Pilares, una bala presta.
Y buscamos Pred de la izquierda. He naciado.
Palmeras.
Va por siguiente noche,
Vale,
estoy al fondo.
Corre el lobby,
Nada,
si no.
está vayando
un
por la
camión,
derecha.
me están buscando al fondo,
Ahí,
chavales,
Chema,
necesitan
ahí,
ayuda.
Está el Bator, Chema, Bator.
El
Bator
camión
tocado, y te va a pillar punto.
Palmera abierto al sitio, es un tiro palmeras, la primera
No le puedo dar.
Vamos,
Me tocan punto con piña.
Escúchame, bueno,
Vete al
falta
fondo,
punto y otro
Bator,
Bacali.
Bator, no, Bacali,
Aguantar.
Viene por
Vale,
Bacali,
Bator.
Buena,
Queda aprieta al fondo.
Era
Tírate
prisa,
de cara,
sí,
vale.
está
Estoy jugando los nuevos. Estoy jugando los nuevos. Estoy jugando los
Tira
nuevos.
al punto, creo que
Está
ha salido.
Muerto, estoy jugando los nuevos.
Jodate el fondo.
Un tiro. Prete en gas.
Mete el fondo, mete el fondo.
Dos de cara conmigo.
Ay, va, sigue de arriba,
Muy
perfecto.
tocados.
Te sale súper lejos. Una piscina
Sigue
sola.
de arriba, sigue de arriba.
No puedo.
Muerto. Han nacido en todos lados.
Vamos a ir una vez más, vamos a ir al fondo.
Han nacido en Bacali.
Ahí no cambian de pedo, cambian de pedo, cambian de pedo en el fondo.
Un tiro muerto.
Van a sentar
Está
Bacali.
muerto.
Por ese lado.
Te va a pillar punto, ¿vale?
Le queda el punto.
Te va a pillar
Le queda el punto.
Hacen Bacali,
Me voy a morir,
Bacali.
están a bala,
Estoy jugando por... No,
vale,
vale, gas otro, va a ir sacando de derecha. Hay que parar aquí, chavales.
Derecha.
Gas, ahí no cambian de pedo.
Que Cami me mata y otro Bacali. Son tres y crack, los tres, todos, ¿sabes? Todos.
Tengo el P1, bro.
Son tres,
Sí,
están
sí,
todos,
ese medio
están
entero.
todos.
Yo tengo
No tengo pasarela, pueden ir
Tengo
medio,
dos,
¿vale?
tengo dos.
Ahí, arriba.
Te ayudo, Chema, te ayudo.
Voy a ir pa' Uchi,
Tengo
¿vale?
Chema,
Ahí
tengo
tenemos
Chema,
money.
Chema muerto.
Estoy bloqueando Uchi.
Doble muerto. Falta uno de
dos, sí,
crack.
sí, estoy bloqueando
Uchi.
Es el último.
Chema,
Vale.
vete.
Tengo el de Bolt si viene medio. Siga en Bolt aguantando,
Claro y medio.
Está de cara en el volcado.
No veo.
Y Bolt, acordado, Bolt todavía.
En el árbol de...
Déjale Bolt.
Flica,
Bolt vivo,
A decent stretch from Falcons in the middle of that to kind of bring it back a bit, get within 60, once down 100, but okay, one does spawn in behind. I was about to say, you have the perfect position right now if you were Heretics, but I believe Exodus pops in behind.
Yeah, you do have a one-on-one, though. He's going to win it, so maybe a chance here. They will not go away.
I didn't see if he spawned there or if he...
I think he did, yeah. I think maybe Real just a little bit too far up with the pressure that they had, and I was literally going to compliment him with how patient he was playing, but steps forward, takes another gunfight, and sometimes in Call of Duty, that is all it is well, actually going to make the play.
Wow, I gotta see, we were just coming out of listening, I was thinking about talking about something else. I'm like, hold up, what the hell just happened? And now, I mean, these are teams, I think passion's the first word that's gonna come to mind. We think about Heretics when they came into the league and like Exton and Pred, like sometimes they can be like teams that make crazy swings, big runs. They play behind momentum and passion, and Falcons, dude, if they get into a good position, Pred next to start roaring, who the hell knows what they're going to be able to do. This time not blundering away the spawns, this time maybe getting set up. Vegas Falcons trying to have the passion flowing as they mount the comeback. Let's hear the comms.
Right, crossing, one shot. Medals.
They haven't crossed deep yet. They haven't crossed deep yet. They're gonna stop maybe.
One more on the right. One more, one shot. Top up, last guy.
You got me. Just let me. Play tight. Wait a second. There's one front door. Be careful front door. Okay, just cut it back.
Square. One shot.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go. I got time. Go.
Square, challenge, dead.
Go.
I'm with the Alex. Open pitch. He's weak.
I'm with you on you, Alex. I got 80 cap.
Take time, we have time, we have
Cap
time.
super, guys. Cap super.
Front deep.
Get time.
Play kills. Play kills.
Come on.
Half time. I'm still in cat. Pitch left.
Money. Big kill.
One shot, lobby. Yeah, I spawn. I'm He's going outside lobby, left. okay?
Bang time. He's in lobby.
He might push out left. Yo, honestly,
Super lobby.
Yo, hold him left. I'm Hold him left.
Well, it's a perfect time for listening. And Falcons were starting to click, but unfortunately, they don't get a single kill. Then perfect collapse there from Heretics as they break. But still, you're in this game. You're down 30, once down nearly 100, back in control of the hardpoint.
Yeah, they flipped again.
There's the flip.
So, I mean, there's a chance here at the P2, but they had to get medals off the hardpoint. Reinforcements now here from the rest of Heretics, but Prisa finds the double. The play clock in as well, down to 25 seconds. Super, he's got 34. SMG out, another 4 dead opportunity for Miami to try to close out. It's 1 second, is it?
Maybe. They either get the tick or they need one more second. We'll see. It's going to be real close. Not going to matter anymore. There was a moment that you needed.
That's going to... Oh, they hit the close P2 spawn.
Yes,
they're
they
all
do.
going to get hut. They're all
Yes,
going
they
to
are.
spawn hut.
They're all going to be safe for now, but you've got to have the best hold maybe of your season.
It's so hard.
Can you keep him out? Can you extend the problems? Going to be the play clock against you as well. Everything working against Vegas Falcons. It's been an admirable comeback and run, but it requires perfection now. So 40 in the hard point. Exit is beaming. Exit is roaring. You got him spawning out poolside. You're still in control for now. And you can win it on this hard point, maybe pressuring out of Heretics.
Well, this is what they needed. They needed tree control and cat control so they could push up. You saw them playing safe, making sure to block back. Number 2 in Real, maybe, to make the play. 2 are going to go down. They have to defend the hard point. We said how tough it was going to be. And Real, the closer, able to win it with 46.
I mean, yeah, you got that perfect setup. It's just you lose your 2 forward players. They get caught and shut down. Nearly an insane comeback. And like this Falcons team in the respawns, they have been streaky, dude. When they start clicking, getting to good positions, they can be a big a threat as anyone. But you went down 100, and it's going to be so tough.
That first P4.
And the first P4 is maybe why you lost the map. And
absolutely
as much
why.
as much as I know that one was a blunder, I'd have to see the other one again when Exit spawned in behind. Because you had a player, an art for Heretics. I imagine you were right. It was probably Real was too far forward. But I'd have to see it again. Because we were just coming out of the listen in, and I was like, wait, what the hell? And all hell broke loose. Real, though, drops 5,600 damage. A guy that's been trying to get back in his own bag, get focused on himself individually, while he has a brilliant one there. 46-30, you only win by 20, but, well, to be fair, you should have won that by probably a whole hell of a lot more.
Yeah, but I mean, again, just sort of their hard point. Struggle a little bit, right? And I think this is another one. Obviously, you know, Vegas, since this roster's formed, one of their strengths has been, well, really their only strength has been the hard point, but still, I think you want to be a little bit cleaner versus this squad. And you had the chance to do so.
Well, this is against Rocker. They need 2-3-5 him.
That's a good point, yeah. Maybe they're a 2-3-5 team.
They just flipped a switch. But we'll take a look through some of the highlights. A couple of moments were really massive at P4. I think it works out for both teams. You kind of both get, I don't want to say blessed, but you both get set up with a chance to really turn into some crucial time. It's what allowed Heretics to pull away early. It's what allowed Falcons to get back into the game.
That was right before here. Right before here, we saw, Exnid. He's able to find that second kill. Then they lock down this P4, gets them back in the game. But just too many situations where there weren't enough trades. You had the first 4 dead and then on rotation. Had the second one, so it was so difficult to defend the front of P2. Exnid pulls out the AR towards the end. He finds double, like maybe there's your chance, but teams have gotten a lot better at fighting P2 from the front throughout the year.
No, I was joking with you during the listen. It's like it's saying to me how, I know we've said this before, but I feel like at the beginning of the year, like P2 and P4 were relatively similar with regards to money heals for me. It's just not even close anymore. Like P4 is everything. P2 can be so much more mixy, so many flips, so many insane moments that can come in. Teams got so much better at fighting it, like you said. We had some wild ones throughout that, some insane situations at P4. It almost comes down to the clock, but we ended 250, 230. Maybe a painful one for Vegas. Sometimes I wonder, it's like, do you just rather just lose that by 100 or like mount the comeback and lose narrowly? You thought you had it, you thought you could steal it, but not quite gonna happen.
I think it's just frustrating because you know you just messed up the first P4. It just can't happen.
Yeah.
Like that cannot happen whatsoever if you are Vegas. And you saw throughout the rest of the game, like they were making sure they were in specific spots to block that, but that is absolutely in the back of their head.
Yeah, and I don't know what the percentage is, but like the team that wins the P4, like overall, I feel like it's winning. It feels like 90% of your vaults right now. Like
it might be higher.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's been insane how consistent that has been. But that'll be the first map. Now we'll get into the search and destroys, and this is where you feel like, for the side of Heretics, you probably have the biggest advantage, right? Like that's where you're going to be able to make the most plays. You were 4-0 over this stretch. You had an incredible stretch throughout Qualifier 3 as well. Not a lot of question marks there. It's more been around the respawn. Yeah,
I think for Heretics, this is probably such a good game mode where you're just probably trying to find, I don't know, just, teams are going to be studying this.
Right?
No. Ever since the addition of Super, he has transformed their search and destroy game. He has been incredible himself, by the way. He's played 4 maps, like usually a 2.73.
We're talking about 1 map usually.
Like a map or 2, a series. This is 4. Like, that is getting up there. It's getting pretty insane. Like the rest of the guys, probably a couple of games. 4?
No, I mean, if you think about like to win a tournament, I mean, you might win like 6 or something.
It's average just double digits.
No, like that's incredible. He has been terrific. He sort of like, I feel like Real kind of last year when he came in, had an instant impact in search and destroy. Super has done that here.
Yeah, but he's calling for them too.
No, I mean he's doing everything. Yeah, no, it is hard to overstate how super has been for them. It's been truly terrific to watch the rise of this Heretics team and what he has been capable of. It is incredible stuff out of him. But yeah, the fact is, as good as the search has been, it's going to have to click on the respawns a little bit if you're going to want to win a major. I mean, if that's going to be, maybe your ceiling is going to be like a top 3, or maybe you'll make it to a final, but going to need to see some improvements.
Yeah, at least get it back to like, 50-50 in the hard point, right? It's almost like the way we talk about FaZe in the past with how good their search destroy has looked. But yeah, we'll see if Miami can keep this up in search, or if team's going to start to figure out maybe super strats in his notebook.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like the other teams learn a bit, and then they get countered or shut down come major time, but they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. And probably the hardest to do it in search and destroy, but we'll see what they have in their bag of tricks. As we get into this opening round. Playing it pretty aggressive, but Real not going to find the timing. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Priesta able to hold here for now. Pred trying to send it forward. I'm thinking maybe someone's going to trade it out with him, but that's not going to happen. So you get the first blood, find the patient play from Priesta, then Pred kind of throws his life away. There's going to be no follow-up there. So we go into the 3 versus 3, and well, for Heretics, they are pushed forward and hunting.
Yeah, they just got to find these kills quickly. I do not think RCs and Priesta are going to be ready for this, the way that they are playing. Well, maybe they are. Just sort of telling Exton to play your life. We're giving up a lot of space, so it actually works out. They do not expect them to be that far back. Heretics, they don't see anything for a while. Maybe they think they're just pushing up to the bomb site, leave them alone, and well, Priest is like, gets a free too.
Yeah, except Alex just like, I hear something close, like the way he was playing that. 3 though, 4 Priesta starts it off with the first blood. And yeah, maybe that's one of those things where you know how aggressive Heretics like to play maps, whether it's offensively or defensively.
And it's just sort of excellent. If you see anything, we'll try to help you, but you're on an island. Just play your life and watch the bomb. Make sure they don't defuse.
Oh, and you were wrong. Like they had to move because it was a 10-second run just to get to the bomb, taking that route. So they had to find openings quickly. Weren't able to do that. Now let's see what they can do it on the flip. Metals. I thought maybe getting caught with bomb, but instead he's going to find Pred. So Pred's kind of been blooded for his team in back-to-back rounds with absolutely no follow-up. As Rancor gets caught, though, you bring it back into 3 versus 3. So
yeah, well, at least a little follow-up that time. Little follow-up, but yeah, nobody really helping him out there. He just takes a route. Meanwhile, Real, speaking of routes, able to find an opening top ladder. Just kind of waiting on his teammates, maybe hoping someone peeks this. Then you just have this deep setup here from RCs and Priesta, and they're going to find more picks. I mean, Priesta's up to 5-0.
Yeah, no, he is finding the right timing, the right angle. He's going to continue to lock it down. Real is biding his time, now getting his kill into the 2 versus 2 we go. Real, what else can he do? Sub 30 seconds to go. Got to work the plan. Priesta still waiting patiently. Super might end up running right by one. Or how's this going to work out? Exit's going to be able to get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just so tough because both Falcons players, they don't know which bomb site they're going to go to. So you have to play in your own little space. But yeah, 1v1. Priesta's thinking he's going B. Real, he's going to A. Does he get there in time?
It's going to be close.
It was very close.
It's going to be close. He's got it. 0.2 or something. He gets it done. 1 versus 1 Real versus Priesta. Priesta 5-0 start. Yet to drop. Real hot off that incredible map 1 where he drops 40 plus. Can he be the hero here in the round 2?
There's so much to clear.
Yeah, like, there's like a million things to clear. He's cleared one side. He's thinking he's bottom stage. He's got the right read. Just his Real check. And can he get the beams in? I think he just got the check right as he looked the other way.
Yeah, he did.
Does this timing end up being insane, though? I don't think so.
Nah, it didn't. Well, Priesta, he kind of like, you know, the start of that, backed into a corner. If Real doesn't have an AR there, like maybe, you know, you catch him on a route, just the sort of player that he is. But yeah, depending on this timing, if he holds that L trigger at stage, maybe he catches him one.
Yeah, maybe. We probably, with the wall bang there, he's probably able to get him, but
yeah, at least chase him.
He just gets antsy. I mean, you think you've cleared everything, but there's so many. I mean, as much as he did zip on through that side, like there's 15 corners he was
still his
check.
side.
Yeah. I thought he kind of was going to commit to it, though. Like, he's stage. And just, yeah, another second maybe he holds. He's got a shot. But 1-1 now. Real will get 3 in the round. And what, 3 in the first 4 Priesta. So a couple of individual moments for either team. Pred has not found any early round success. Maybe in this one he'll be able to.
That out? Maybe he was. Maybe he saw names. But it felt like they responded to that.
Or we got something cranked, Joe.
Maybe. I'm assuming he maybe see through names to the doors, but it looked like he gave that call out to his team.
He's wrapping back. It seems that way. I mean, they're looking that way. They're trying to catch him. This time, Pred able to get the first blood. Can't get away with his life, though. RC's trying to trade it out. A tag in, looking to get the angle. He is able to finish it. Had a little help there, too, coming through.
I and they know the last two flanked, so they're just waiting for this. The problem is they're getting caught. It's like they have the right idea, but now this is getting messy. RC's cannot find a kill, but able to resnap onto Metals. 1v1 again.
Priesta, another opportunity to take it. Gets bomb back in hand, 15 to go. Super is just holding it. Hunting for the kill. Around and around we go. Get Priest to catch him. Trying to get the angle. He laid down in front. He's got a chance to do it. He's laying there close, and Priest gets it done with 3 seconds remaining. Hunts down Super as we trade clutches these past couple of rounds.
And Priest is like, dude, can I just find these guys in these 1v1s? Finally able to spot him, and I mean, Super, yeah, he's just hoping he didn't see him turn that corner. But yeah, able to catch it. But yeah, I'm assuming Pred saw something.
Maybe. It's online matches, Joe. Thought RC was hearing something. He was tucked away in the first round, too. So they never know, Joe. Names, audio, who knows? But they have the read regardless, and they'll take the round. Advantage Falcons now. Okay, what are those shots from Priesta?
Well, it's also, I mean, you're just getting blasted by your own trophy you're sitting on top of.
That probably didn't feel good, Joe.
Feels, I mean,
sit down and take a spin.
Well, it depends. Friday night.
True.
A couple of drinks, you never know.
Metals, he stayed up with 13. Advantage, though, over to Falcons.
I think you can make it work.
I think you could. B-bomb site wide open for now. We'll see if they can get this in and get this down clean. Very winnable round if they can get this bomb planted. And taking a long route is going to be RC. So you kind of have a 3-on-3 here for a while. Card, though, going to be coming in. Some info there on the spot from Real. Falcons players trying to buy time till RC's gets into the play. Some damage in, but not much. Real's still on 87 HP. RC still trying to work there. The fight going down. He's almost there. Can his teammates stay up? Priest nearly dropped. Metals able to get one. That's your teammate's head, unfortunately. Suddenly, it's going to be all on Metals to now clutch up. 1 versus 1 again, and Metals was able to get both. A circus there on the B-bomb side.
Well, you're right. I mean, they were just waiting for RC's, and Miami does a good thing and gives him no angles on anything. They all push into the room, but then he activates. Well, you just have the advantage with the SMG, and I think Exton runs out of bullets right there. You see him stop shooting, so I think you get a little bit of luck, but you have the sub, the Jackal in hand, and Metals clutches on
up. Just keep going down to 1v1s or clutches or a player getting 3. Like, these rounds have all been insane, I feel like. A wild one. They're at BB now. I thought they got the bomb planted clean. Like, it's suddenly, I mean, it's always winnable, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, and there's so
first
much
getting caught when you're planning.
Yeah. RC is a clear. It just takes forever.
No, that route, it takes. I think I said RC is coming like 12 times. Finally gets there just to get hammered with a sub.
He did what, 12 times?
I didn't think about phrasing there, Joe. That's on me. Between that and the trophy. Woo! It's Friday night. Fred in trouble. Or not. Priest has got his help. Priest able to get 1. He has been the hot hand at 8-2. Very, very hot hands. Can he get more damage in? Able to get 1. That's all he needed to do there. RC trying to follow it up.
You take that, because he looked like he could not move.
Like, oh, no, prone blocked. And, yeah. It's like, can someone's kneecaps just find their way in front of my gun?
And it worked. It worked out. But now can they win this round, go up 3-2? Rentor 1 versus 2. What is this time going to be like with RC's?
Well, the way these have gone, he's going to come down to a 1 versus 1.
And I think this one might or will. And I mean, again, this is the timings. RC's gets behind him. Hello. I see him.
There's the info, and that should be the round for Falcons, barring some insane play. Oh, that's a panic melee. Oh, panicky moment there. Shake the hands out. Shake it out. Shake it out.
It's cold in the room. It's cold in the room.
Oh. Still going to be tough to win, though. I mean, a lot of time goes by. Rankar's still going to drop, but God, I thought there was one way to maybe throw it away. That was it. Yeah, Prez just laughing. I'm sure you laughed that one off. Like,
well, it's one of those situations around that area. You want it to be a clean kill because, you know, you start shooting and all the players can do is slide behind the cars, right? There's so many cars. Yeah. The cover is insane. So he just wants a clean, free kill, and instead it didn't.
No. I swear I've seen Alec melee like so many times. On Vault 2, he's twisted, bro. That was me when I'm slamming a couple monsters, dude. It's twisted. Just punching air.
Just got the tight grip.
Yeah, the tight grip, 100%. Nothing wrong with a tight grip. 3-2 Falcons now. They'll close out that one. I thought for sure it was going to come down to a wild 1v1, as that's all this map 2 has been so far, but stun hits right before Trophy goes down, but they're okay for now. Playing aggressive, though, is Pred.
Yeah, we've had a lot of mid-map aggression from both of these teams.
Oh, well, I saw scoreboard for
we got a first blood, though.
Rancor got the kill. All right, Pred, I think, has been blooded
3 times?
Yeah, well, the one was after the other team got the first blood, so I don't think that technically counted one, but blood for his team, I think that's like 3 now. I think he has 1 first blood to work with. But the early rounds have not really been working out great for him. RC's, though, chance to bring it back. Him and Priest, the ARs continue to hit. Now down to a 2 versus 2.
But Real's behind you. I don't know if you know about this.
50 to go.
Maybe he does know, because they just kind of give it up. Flip the map.
We'll flip it for now. We'll see if they can track back and get bomb. They're able to do that. So Real scoop bomb. Maybe they've got the info. They've kind of rotated out of this. Can they get it down at A before Falcons get a presence back towards it again? It looks like that'll be the case. They'll instantly get it down.
Yeah, they were trying to guess they were going to go rapid through B, right through the spawn, but that's just not the play. So a bit of a 50-50 call there for Falcons. Now you're in a 2 versus 2, and a lot to check. The good thing is you're in this area. So Real and Super are here. It's not like they've backed all the way up to the attacking spawn side of the map, so you're going to have some early gunfights.
Good position there from Real. He gets great damage in and able to get 1. Super. Just chilling. Got to play the clock.
Yeah, it's playing backside. He's just got to throw a shoulder.
RC's gets caught on it. Is Super. We'll close it out. Easy 1 for him there, but yeah, Real kind of decides it there as he gets 1.
And again, that's been one of the big things. We saw it on Hacienda, just sort of where they decide to plant the bomb. Obviously, this is a little bit different in this 2 versus 2, but just sets this up so he can clutch. Making the game simple and easy to keep them in the game.
A lot of clutch situations in this one as they trade blows. 3-3 now. This is what Super was, what, a 2.73 or whatever KD through their 4 searches. We'll see what he's going to be at the end of this one here, but it's really been kind of the Priest to take over on one side, and on the other, I'd love to tell you. But
we're not sure about that.
I have no idea.
The full numbers, we have no clue.
Yeah, no clue.
One day. He's got 10.
I know he's having a good one. That's about all I know. Oh, I love Call of Duty. Dude, can you imagine just running through glass?
I don't think that'd feel very good.
Probably not at all. Nice stun there.
Yeah, well, bye.
Yeah, I'll see you later. I'm going to hop on the elevator. We'll take this engagement down the road. Real might be continuing to hunt for him. We'll see how that timing works out. But the plan is in for Falcons. The collapse now from Heretics.
This is different, right? You really haven't done this if you are Priest. You've just been playing the far flank with Arcades.
Oh, nearly line up for Priest. Not going to happen. All on RC. Not with the clutch. Good thing for him, 20 seconds to go. Could be a scenario where he only needs to get 1, maybe 2, and he can close the round. Problem is, sneaking up behind him right now is Metals.
Bomb's out plenty for him.
And he is in trouble, has to peek out and check. Metals was working behind him, and that'll be back-to-back now to Heretics.
And I really like that play from Priesta because every single round it's been him and RC just hiding, right? Forcing them to look for you. This time he's like, I'm just going to peace out, flank through the middle of the map, going a long route, but what ends up, his teammates die around the bomb, right? So he just has to go.
Well, it's the reason, it's the way they're playing, why Pred's been having issues, is he's playing at a different pace. No, that's the 4th time he's like died first.
I think maybe he's just trying stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just trying out different strats, different timings. Yep. It's like, yes, maybe he's having a rough game, but it seems to be setting up the others.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe he just is like, I have to do this.
Super, who maybe started a little slow. Now we can see 6 and 5 on 4 straight. Guy's been a lock for double negatives in Search and Destroy. Or double negative.
Double positives.
Double positive in Search and Destroy.
Double negative does make it positive.
I was actually going to say double digits. I said double negative, double digits. Double digits, double positive. Both are true. Just not what I said. Let's see what he can find early. Just clearing. Slowly working this up. It'll be Real kind of lurking on the other side. Some tags and info for Super, but nothing to write home about. But I think enough info that you feel you can get this plant down, and that's going to be the call. Trophy doing some damage, but he is still up.
Yeah, does he get out of here?
Trapped here, yeah. Trying to make sure he can't get out as Arcides.
He's doing a good job just wasting time.
There's 2 players just like locking him in, but yeah, he's still alive. Ranker now getting to help him with the kills. Real going to capitalize. Priesta able to get 1, but it's all on him and Pred now, and you just have no time. 20 seconds to go. Pred's going to drop All on Priesta. As he's just stat padding at this point. Well, we're just whiffing. Too much to do for Priesta, but still, he's on 12.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Metals. Metals playing his life. Right, the trophy, he looks over him. His teammates got his back. Just do not move from that spot.
But you saw what it looked like from the two RC's and Priesta's POV. They're trying to just lock him in. They're both so focused on that. I'm sure that's why Ranker gets the pick, right? They're just trying to stare at it. And yeah, buying time is everything. May not be a bunch of kills he's going to get, not anything that shows up on the stat sheet outside of the bomb plant, but great job there for Metals.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're Falcons, you have to start that retake on somebody else. You just kind of know he's there, and then, yeah, start the fight elsewhere.
Dude, and I had to roll my pants a little bit. It's warm in here, bro. I look like Huckleberry Finn or something. I don't know what's going on. But one more round needed for Heretics, though, to take the 2-0 edge. We'll see if they can shut it down here defensively on match point. Heavily stacked over towards A and playing it pretty tight and aggressively there, but we'll see what Falcons opt to do with bomb.
Yeah, it's another look at this, where we've done this a couple of rounds, but this is it. You're holding this. You're waiting for this if you are Falcons.
Metals at least trades out one. Yeah, it's like they want this almost. Falcons are playing for it. Like, go ahead, get aggressive. We know you guys like to. Come into our web. This time, you at least get out with the trade if you're Heretics.
Yeah, the problem is you've only gone 1 for 1. If you're Falcons and you have bomb in your spawn still with 35, and now Real's just cutting this off, you have to go. The one player can now shift on over, but that is the one problem. You cannot get caught there.
Great play from Priesta. Real shut down. Heretics on other sides of this. They're going to try and pinch, but well, one side now gone. Plant getting in. Falcons looking to survive and hold the 3 versus 2.
Yeah, nice play there by Pred. Don't overchow. Right,
and he's 1 at 8. And nothing's working for him in this one. Nothing. Nice shots. Priesta is feeling himself right now. All on Metals now. He's on 4 straight. Can he come away with it? Well, gets a dead slide, and that'll be that. Probably would have been dead regardless, but movement gets him caught at the door. Falcons able to hold. Pred just laughing this one off. He's like, all right, Priesta, pop a P, carry me to victory.
I mean, this is what we always kind of joke about in the Green Room.
He's at 1,700 damage too, by the way.
Dude, like, sometimes he just has these games where, like, how does he not do this more?
No, I don't get it.
Because he is so talented. He's like, you're just like, dude.
No, he has those like snaps in those moments where you're like, this guy is so talented.
So twisted.
And then he'll just look so bad. And I'm like, what's going on? But now when he's good, he is good. Problem is, you're still down a round. Can you turn this massive map from Priest into a win? What? I mean, Kleenex just set the S&D record at what, 17 last weekend, yeah? So we'll see if Priest, I mean, he's got a good opportunity to pass this if you win this. I'll have a couple more rounds, see if he can do it. Axton with the first blood. Axton with a second. Metals trying to trade. It'll be Ranker that actually gets it. All on Metals. Via Real cosplay. A round over. Falcons push it to around 11. Axton finds everything early.
Well, it's just, yeah, just early B setup. Decided, yo, B, if you're Miami, you've shown so much A presence on offense and defense. Haven't really had a fast B round. And it's just which corner is exited in. You pick the wrong one. He's able to make the play, find the double.
Pred's like, guys, I don't know what's going on this map, but seriously, really good job.
We've all been there. Sometimes your timing is just a little bit off.
I mean, he might be play calling for him right now, though. Real vocal going into the round 11. They'll have the defense. Heretics will try to close it out with bomb in hand. Round 11 records you see at the top. One very good, one very bad.
Well, this time it's that mid-pressure with Falcons. Pred again going to be the point man, but
just caught so many times in this one, so many times. Just jumping for info and shut down. Pred is going to try and black out and forget about this map.
Yeah, I mean, you did what you wanted. It looked just like they wanted to back up, but he got caught on the angle.
I don't know. Didn't know the angle, Joe. Needs to get back to geometry class. Maybe they don't have that in Australia. Arcides up top trying to do damage, though. Trophy going to shut that down. You've got the B-bomb site. Is pushing all the way through is going to be Real. I mean, Real's about to come up behind everyone. This will close out the round.
Unless Ashton does it first. But Metals is watching it now. Are you going to be aware of the flank on the other side? I feel like this has been so long, you have to know something's going on. But now they don't.
They don't. It's all down to Exted now. His position given up not too long ago. 20 seconds to play. 1 versus 3 for the dub. Plank gets in. Now he's got to work the retake all by his lonesome. I don't think he got an AR to work with, so best of luck getting this done with a sub, but who knows?
No, there's no way.
Who knows, Joe?
No, Renkor's just going to be chilling on the stage.
Oh, I agree with you, but I'm trying to preach the miracle. Able to get one. Instantly traded out. Heretic shut it down. Pred has a rough one there. I mean, he gets blooded 4 or 5 times.
Priesta's got a great one.
Priesta had an incredible one, but yeah, I think there's just sometimes where like you have a sense for the game, you have a flow for the game. It just felt like Pred didn't have any. Like he just didn't have a feel for it at all. That one.
Yeah, you just gotta tell.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I'm not trying to crucify the guy. It's one of those maps, bro, where he was just nothing was working out from the get-go.
Well, Miami though, they were able to bounce back. They were up 5-3. Goes to around 11.
Yeah.
Again, just trying to figure out, their search and destroy map pool. They know things. Everybody's gonna be watching them, trying to figure it out.
And really, I mean, impressive stuff in a way for Vegas in the sense, like, you went down 100 in map 1, you bring it back, lose by 20. Like, it was really valiant. Here you're down 5-3. Yeah, they're fighting, which is not something. Well, I guess even when they were really struggling, they were still like fighting. There's a lot of competitive maps, but certainly far more competitive now. But tough 0-2 hole to look at, considering those are both winnable maps. Control coming up next. We'll see if they can do it, or if Super and this team will shut it down. Des, take us to the first 2.
Awesome first half as we see a round 11 and a 20-point hardpoint game, but you have to think both of these were in the Heretics' control to shut down earlier than they did. Can we start though with Priesta? At the start of the show, we mentioned, like, we think Pred's staying. We think Xnid's probably staying for Vegas. What's up with Priesta and Arcides? Priesta's showing you he's still got it when it comes to search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a phenomenal performance out of him. I mean, taking over. I mean, obviously, it looks like Pred kind of scams in the round 11, but it was weird because you see Xnid, he goes all the way left side, sees somebody deep, and looks like he's confident maybe, and that Pred thinks, okay, it's a B push, I can push up, ends up dying, right? So it looks really, really bad on the mini-map for Pred, but I think there was a communication thing there. But, on the side, you bring up Priesta, like, he just has these performances sometimes where he takes over. You heard Joe and Clint talk a little bit about it. Regardless of that, it's just not enough against this Miami team. They're just 2 points.
That, and also when it just comes to opening those first picks, right? Like, Pred getting flooded 3 or 4 times is kind of unacceptable across the board when you go up against a team like Miami Heretics, who love to get that first blood, because once they have numbers, they're a very aggressive, very bait and switch type of team, and they're going to put you in the box for it.
Yeah, I don't know if the last round is Pred's fault that much, honestly.
Let's see, we're about to get the highlight one more time. I'm interested to see the angle of which he dies at.
It's early in the round when Xnid sees people at B, he's probably given the comm, and then I get the strategist. Miami played it awesome. They sent people aggressively up on the A Street as well, right? So it's like showing face everywhere. You don't know exactly what they're doing, and that's what makes Miami so good at search and destroy.
Don't worry about it. Pred, shake it off. We got 3 more games potentially to go. Otherwise, we could see Miami with 1 more map before they catch up to Carolina. Let's take a look at our first respawn, though, because we mentioned it. You should have put it away. There's a magical hill that tends to give you 60 points at a time, Allie, and we saw Vegas find it at the end of game 1.
We did. I mean, it's the same story as that map number 2, right? Miami's completely in the driver's seat. I mean, you have Real like triple positive before his teammates are even hitting double digits, and then the Vegas Falcons, the SMG duo of Pred and Xnid start to come alive. But unfortunately for them, Miami Heretics is just way too good at keeping P2 mixy from the front, and also we've seen it. Super is unreal when it comes to P4 and locking that street down. So for Vegas Falcons, unfortunately, rotation just did not go their way.
Yeah, I mean, this map honestly should not have been that close for Miami, as they had some trouble breaking. The holds on P4 were incredible, and I think, Ali, you nailed it there. When they broke P2 from the front and just kind of had Vegas pin in the back for a bit, like they're just able to extend their lead. But yeah, for Miami, majority of this, I mean, you see Real putting up crazy numbers, Super putting up crazy numbers, finding a ton of kills, just not able to close it out because Vegas ended up locking in. They had themselves a lockdown P4 hill. Just sometimes this is how ball goes.
Another strong game from Xnid for the side of Vegas Falcons. A lot of players going about even, but it looked like Priesta was getting pushed around. On the other side, how are the ARs playing? You see the 40 bomb for Real. What did Super and Rancor provide for you? in the Rookie of the Year race.
Super gave you everything. I mean, once again, just a phenomenal hard point out of him. And on top of that, he's got 1 minute and 17 seconds, where on the flip side, you can see for Vegas Falcons, they just unfortunately aren't able to keep up.
Real had 40 kills at one point with 11 seconds.
That's how you play the game. Let the bad kids soak up the time. You go slay everybody outside the hill. That's not really how it works. We have a game 3 loading up, but I have to buy 30 more seconds, I'm told, because the players are not quite ready for Vault. So, Allie, give me the prediction. See the future. How many rounds of Vault are we playing?
If there's any opportunity, I think we're going all the way to round 5. Vegas Falcons could take this map. I mean, it's in their wheelhouse as far as Vault being the only control they find success on. On the flip side, for Miami Heretics, you don't get Hossie in this situation. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Vault's been a map that, you know, Miami have gone back to over and over. They desperately need it to be good for them alongside Hacienda. So
it's not necessarily
nice to see
bad,
Vault in the series once again for them.
Yeah.
It's time to go back to American Maven, game 3 on the Vault.
Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. As we continue on, a couple of nail biters here to open it up. Just seeing if Miami can improve. If Falcons have potential to maybe make a run at some point this year, but a couple close ones. Maybe they can close out here in the control.
Yeah, I think for Miami, this is one you have to get back into your strength, right? I mean, you focus so much on Hacienda because people got your Vault away, right?
So it was solid at one point.
Yeah, it was solid earlier in the year. Got to get back to it. You need to control maps if you want to win a tournament here. Just control throughout stage 4. 1.26 for Rancor. On the other side, Pred, who had a rough map number 2. Just caught into some tough spots with the aggression, 1.35.
And I think, like, that was the ultimate, like, you saw his face, that reaction they showed. That's the ultimate, like, I'm going through it type reaction.
Yeah.
Like, it was a rough one. But, yes, this is the bounce back potential. He was real vocal throughout, despite not much working for him. Butts are in seats, and hopefully map 3 underway in a moment. But, guys, I mean, we're coming down to the end of the year. We just got a couple more weeks in a major and a couple more weeks in champs. It's all going to be decided here before you blink. Super, though. Control versus Vegas so far this season. That's on the whole year, so obviously some variations for that Vegas roster, but still he drops a 1.67. He's feeling comfortable going into this. All right. The Vault underway. Heretics looking for the 3L. Falcons, listen, they've been the battle back boys in the first 2 maps. Just
the battle back boys.
Now you got to do it in the series overall. You got to pull up the reverse sweep. Anything's going to happen. Priesta, absolutely the hot hand, really, of all players in that map too. He's got 15 for the L. Maybe he can put up a heater here.
Yeah, but right to a B strat right off the start. I think a weird time, and you don't hear medals. So he's going to find a kill. If Exnid finds that, then maybe you already have a tick done towards B. Still very close, and you're still finding kills. The only player out is Rentor under Exnid, and while Miami, they're going to try to deal with him first before they fight the point. But he has just delayed this for so long. 2 ticks and B.
Did what he could. I mean, the longer he can survive, obviously alleviates pressure from his team. B nearly done. Can they finish it off? Last guy's going to be Priesta. B almost there. Priesta finds a second one, but...
There they go again. Yeah, you keep going.
Yeah, try to close this out. Exit right back into it off the spawn. You just got to get it at this point. You got to get it. You've thrown so much at it. Not quite done yet. Rancor's double is going to keep him out. Pred tries to soften up the back line with a route from Pool's side, but maybe you can breathe for a second. Heretics have cleared all of that third cap.
So close, so close. But yeah, I tend to bait you in to go for it one more time. I just thought with Priesta finding a kill, and then Exnid, I mean, with his position, you had a chance, but now you have to focus on the 8 point.
It's just tough when you go for that because we've had a lot of I feel like control maps where it's real lopsided between easy and difficult. A's just got like harder as of late, so the more time you work on B and don't get it, it's not like A's a gimme. We've had a lot of gimme 8 points, right? Yeah. In the history of control. Not really been the case. Still got the lives to do it, it's just do you have the time to do it? They're hoping to get a 3-4 down and capitalize on this, but Metal still lurking, hunting. Nice little bit of finesse there, I think, from Priesta to get out of harm's way and allow the help to come in. Can they turn this into a chain of kills? Unfortunately, one's a team kill, so I think you go even in the kills column. And Real with the one-on-one ends up coming out on top.
Yeah, even worst case scenario, you do have 3 ticks, so pretty solid round number 1 for Vegas, considering no trophies, no other utility to work with on that first offense. Still a chance, though. 10 seconds to go. Extend, maybe going to go on a route. You have a 2 versus 1 on the B point. You will at least pause the clock, force a rotation, but that is a massive kill from Real. It just snaps on the exit, takes him down.
Did a couple. He won the one-on-one at the tail end of the point as well. A couple solid one-on-one wins for Real. Those final kills will do it. So Heretics hold on despite the early B threat. Sort of bend but not break.
Yeah, if they could be a whole lot different of a round, I think.
Yeah, and that was what? That was a centimeter or two away from being done.
Yeah, they couldn't kill Priest again.
Let's see one of the retakes here. I think this was the big sequence from Rancor that kind of got them off and ended up clearing the point. So you saw there sort of the full sequence. Damage into Pred, too, to make sure he couldn't make too much of a play from poolside. Heretics hold on, still fighting for this 3-0 to get us started off swiftly here on day one of the weekend.
Yeah, I got to get this done swiftly because I got a match up next.
You do?
Yeah. I'll have to merch back.
I had no idea we were going with that for a sec, Joe. I like that. No, I'm excited to watch that, honestly, see how the young guy does. I'm rooting for him. Rancor is shooting early, but 2 HP, you're not going to do a whole lot. Let's see what that opening double turns into. Maybe some space for Real to work. But for now, the break's been thwarted. Real just trying to finesse. Continues finesse, 3 HP.
Just able to get on through. I mean, just could not find his toes, whoever was chasing him. But the problem is all his teammates are dead and the next inflation.
I thought that
like you're finessing forever. I know where they're all at. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was going to turn into more kills for his teammates, but he didn't really get damaged into anybody either. He was just sort of running for his life. He could never get back to full. And the second he did, he'd take more damage.
Look at that Tom and Jerry skit.
No, honestly, kind of how it felt. Metals, sometimes Mr. X Factor, trying to get locked and loaded in this opening offense for Heretics. That I thought was going to be 2 dead, but instead it's Priest that changed it into 2. Real's double, though, maybe a clutch one again, just to keep a presence on the point. First bit of progress now done. Clock paused at 30 seconds.
Well, this was the issue map 1, right? Just too many moments where there weren't trades. Just four or five kills in a row. Swiftly changes the momentum of this round here for Miami.
I think it's tough. I think one team plays a little bit better as a 4-man unit right now. I mean, Heretics have had a lot more time together. Certainly a bit more polished, despite the fact you've had some really close maps here. See if that polish will be the difference. Real can't continue to make the play because he's going to get stunned up. Teammates are already on B, and Falcons are already in trouble. Nice little snapback there from Real, but he loses 2 teammates in the process, and Priesta able to hit another double. Now a Priesta, I think, Rancor cosplay there for a moment.
Look just like him. Look just like him.
Falcons now, can you hold? Because, I mean, honestly, it's still just 3 ticks, right?
Yeah,
you hold here at B. You're still tied up. Just can they hold? I said you just slid right by one. I don't think he was moving so quickly he didn't get eyes on him.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to bait the shots. Just trying to bait the shot, see where he is. Maybe just a tough gunfight to even take with this sub. Just trying to see if there was a player there. Maybe thought he would have some help, but doesn't happen. Still some forward pressure, though. Still 2 life advantage. The big problem for them is just going to be the clock. But winning the gunfights again in these flurries.
One of the many flurries and a chance to capitalize on it. Tough gunfight up close for Arcades. Priesta able to win his, though. Now Metals is going to be in trouble. They try to push him out. They're able to do just that. Nice retake and siege there from Vegas Falcons. Rankle, sort of the lone man to battle as the teammates try to get back into this. He's going to drop. Under 20 seconds to go. 6v6 in the lives department.
Yeah, massive kill. Priesta was the only player not to die. Right, you go 3 dead. They have an idea of where he is. He wins that next gunfight. That puts Metals in a really tough spot. So yeah, maybe not the prettiest of games here for Priest. I mean, 12 and 13, but some big kills when they matter most to tie it up. And yeah, ticks-wise, you're in the game.
Yeah, one team gets the extension, one team doesn't, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter. It's 3-3 in the ticks department. Falcons, great defense once it came to be. I thought a couple of chances maybe for things to open up for Heretics, but not going to happen. And Exton doing his thing right now, 17 and 12. Picking apart the players late here.
Yeah, this is good to see because I think like even this stage, you know, with the addition of Pred, like we've seen moments where like he just pops off similar to this new team change, but then it just felt like he's gotten quieted down a bit.
Well, it's a weird sub duo, right?
Yeah,
like it is. It is. I mean, it might work at times,
yeah,
but
like kind of plays similar.
Yeah. Like he might do better with like a more traditional sub next to him. We'll see. I mean, it's early in his career, right? But this is definitely a strange one. But when it works, it absolutely works. 4 straight though for Exton into this round, and once again, They want to bring the pressure to B early on. Exit wins one, Priesta wins one, Pred wins his. Suddenly it's all on Super to try and hold here. Last time for Falcons, the big thing is you weren't able to finish off the B point. Now we got Cars helping out Heretics.
Well, the big thing was that you had a player inside of Hard. That was Exnid, right? This time RC's gets pushed up.
Can't win that fight.
It doesn't win that gunfight. So nice shots there. Good retake from Miami. But the breakoffs here, they've worked. Like, you've had your chances.
No, absolutely.
Over towards this B zone. And I don't know if that's just because Miami are so used to the way Vault normally plays. All right, you defend B. They're just going to try to flood A now. Maybe get caught in that transition because they've been on B a lot.
No, they really have. We'll see now. They're probably going to divert attention over to A a little bit more quickly due to the fact you don't really find the same success this time at B. Yeah, you get the first tick maybe a little bit more clean, but after that, it's going to get shut down. Kind of juggling here. Back and forth onto the point. Now getting bodies on it. You got a trophy in for coverage. Exit's got the first and a good chance to really develop this. Taking a route's going to be Rancor. What's the timing going to be like for him to maybe open things up? It's not going to be there. Pred wins it on one side, Priesta wins it on the other. This should be the A-pointer, darn near close to it.
Yeah, you saw Vegas just playing very patiently, sort of sliding back and forth, not allowing anyone to get a freebie on the point. So there we go, minute extension. You already have one tick done at B.
Yeah.
Well, Miami, they got to lock this in on this defense.
Oh, really well done here from Falcons. But now to the hard part. It's a little bit different, you know, break off first down when there's 1 point to work, right?
Yeah, there's not one guy here, there's four.
Yeah, you can be a little bit more focused defensively. And it can be really tricky to battle out. Pred, though, doing his best to try and finesse. The pressure is there from Exit. Unfortunately, yeah, the nade hits, and Pred gets traded out pretty quickly. So what I thought looked like a really good moment here for Falcons at least gets Exit into Hard.
Yeah, they know he's here, though. We're going to try to get him out of here, but can they do it? Last time, not able to do so. At least finds one. His teammates are already forward. Very much. I don't know if they're going to expect Pred here. You can see Super's throwing nades, flanking metals. You're backed onto B, so the fact that X did all the attention is on him allows his teammates to take routes. And, well, it looks like you're going to win this offense.
It's almost there. Stacked on the point. B about to finish. Contested it for a moment, but it'll end there. Exnid giving props to the boys as they will take the offense and honestly looking good there in the round.
And this is the worrisome, right? We focus so much on Hacienda control if you're Miami. They're taking away vaults from us. We're not really playing protocol. Add Super to the lineup. Your Hacienda looks great, but now your wallet's looking
not the best. Yeah. Maybe it's just a thing where you're gonna need to get some, you know, live atmosphere reps to really improve it, or maybe we'll see some big improvements here just within the stage of this map. Otherwise, we're going to map 4, and if we get there, who knows? This might be going all the way to map 5. Feels like Falcons definitely have the chance to take a hard point, but now pressure to Heretics to take this on offense. We're only able to get A last time, really nothing done at B whatsoever. The route man will be Real off the break. See how the timing works out for him.
She's just watching it. She's just on the statue.
Yep.
Ready for it. You try a B break, but it feels like the B break kings are Falcons.
Hold up.
So you're finding all the trades. Priest is just going to play his life, allow his teammates to deal with the last player on the point to deal with that.
You deal with it. You still have, I don't know, it goes okay in the lives department for you, at least if you're Heretics, and you'll just transition as quickly right over to A. We'll see what kind of progress they can get. The route person will be, well, Pred, no shock there. For Heretics, he's going to turn that into 2, putting people on skates, picking them apart. You saw the KD for Pred going into this, how terrific he has been in control. And he's doing it for him right now. Gets a double, damage into a third, and, well, now you've got nothing to work with if you were Heretics.
Yeah.
You were pinned back deep.
Really, one of the first times we've seen kind of a defensive setup like this throughout this map. It's always felt like the offensive team has had 1 or 2 players pushed on up to give them some map control. Well, again, Pred was able to find the double last time. He's going to find another free double. RC's going to get his back. Well, Falcons 40 seconds away from getting us to a map 4.
Pred just sprinting in circles, shutting it down. 30 seconds to go. Nice little bounce back after the tough map, too. Him and Exit. Fantastic sub-duo here. Maybe working towards a streak and some kind of added utility if needed, but that'll fall apart. This will be the last effort right now for Heretics. Last big chance. You've gotten just about 2 ticks on that. Second's not dumb, but
yeah, looks like Super might just touch B, and then everyone else is going to go A. Well, maybe that distraction works on out. 2 for 2 so far. It's just, where do you want to go? You see what Super's doing. He's hoping to bait somebody down through vault, but it hasn't happened. Well, now Miami all spawn are like, we have to go B. That's our only setup, but Falcons, they're going to be in position to defend this.
7.3 now on the clock. Significant life advantage for Falcons. Fighting on B. There's a body on A. Second tick is done.
A, yeah.
All on A. Pred here to play the disruptor. There's going to be the minute extension. So you get the extension of your Heretics. Dream may be still alive, but the live's going to be the tough part. You have 9. Another melee from RC, but still able to get the kill. And Pred is just, I mean, he's in behind you, tearing them apart. It's been a great round from Pred. He's had all the openings, and he has turned it into kills. The longer this fight goes, great. I mean, just milking time. They are able to deal with him, and now you've got probably your last big effort towards B. 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, watch number 2. It's just on Real. This might work out. This is gonna be your forward front guy trying to get traded out. The problem is all his teammates around him are starting to get taken and no respawns. Down. No respawns remaining, only 3, but hold on. You just need all 3 to be on the point pretty much, but you have them all off spawn.
This would be insanity if they're able to do it. Real's just kind of out in the open there, just not able to pick where he wants to get his angle of attack, and suddenly it's Metals by himself. Vegas close it out. You're thinking your only chance is just to go back, stack the point, and hope something crazy happens?
Well, I think Real is just maybe because they don't have 4. Yeah, he doesn't know which angle to watch.
Yeah.
Should I watch doors? Should I watch the hop outs? Should I get to the point? It felt like he was in the middle of everything.
No, literally.
Which gun should I have?
No, 1000%.
A midlife crisis.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. It just turns out he's just literally wide out in the open, free, and gets dropped. But no, I think his brain was doing everything you were just talking about. But impressive win from Falcons there to make sure they don't go down in a quick 3-0. They'll extend this to a map 4, and then where are we going to map 4?
Well, red card hardpoint, which I mean, for Miami, they're 0-2 this split on this map. So this is one of those ones where, again, try and improve their respawns. You're looking at red card hardpoint.
This might be going all the way to a map 5. Thinking 3-0 for Heretics based on their early vault with super lineup, you know, trying to work it back in and not looking strong there. On the other side, Falcons look great. You get 30 out of Xnid. I just feel like it was Xnid or Pred at some point picking them apart. And that feels like, you know, we're talking about how they're kind of an unorthodox sub-duo, but like that feels like a map that they should enjoy quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the breakoffs were fantastic. Because there were a lot of times, like, when Vault started to become a lot more sort of, we were capturing A so quickly as attacking teams. Teams are trying to find like a B, I don't know, break off to just catch it early. Then teams got away from it. Seems like Vegas figured something out right there.
No, I mean, they were always at least applying some form of pressure to kind of keep, I don't know, Heretics from getting to their spots, put them on the back foot early and take advantage. Exton nearly a brilliant double there from top R, but it still turned into a round of victory here as we get deeper into it. They took a pretty big life advantage. Pred had a really nice stretch, really through rounds 3 and 4. And this in the round 4, I mean, he finds a ton of multis here.
He's getting yelling. If he's yelling, everybody else is going to get fired up, and that's just all you see. Just gunfight wins. And yeah, this is sort of that last life where Real just, I don't know where to. I have to watch 5 different angles.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that probably was a situation you're not winning regardless, but it was just
someone is probably in his ear like, stack.
Yeah. Nah, that's just a tough spot to be in when you're down a man. So maybe some frustrations now for Heretics as they'll try to bounce back. They're trying to get to a 3-0 start, trying to get to a nice winner start position like that in the last major. I mean, you kind of sneak in. You go back to Major 1. Were they the 2-5 team that got in?
Yeah.
They got all the way back at Major 1. You've become a much better team since then, despite the fact I know you end up making a run to a top 3 at one point this year. But Heretics, maybe the best they've been, but this is a series that you certainly need to win.
Yeah, I was just looking like, if they didn't have the 3-2 win over Thieves, and you just had like a 3-2 over LAG, losing 2 hardpoints, and now this series,
true.
There's a bit of worry.
And maybe we're thinking Thieves have a little bit of a hangover, like post-win, because
absolutely,
they got slammed by FaZe. Like, maybe a little.
I mean, we're in round 11, you're 20-point map 1. Like, this could have been a Falcons win.
Yeah, no, 100%. Looking back to the map 1 from this series, yeah, Real was everything. He drops 46 in that one. A nice map there from Xnid as well, but Real definitely the kill leader, the damage dealer in that opening map. We'll see what both are going to bring here on the red card. Are these the two you look at the red card, or is other players that you really think are the ones you want to highlight?
I mean, red card. We know this could be a mix.
Yeah, I don't expect this to be the prettiest of red cards.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I mean, the one was Miami and Optic. Was that the one?
Yeah, no, that one was painful to watch. Yeah. There have been some red cards.
I think maybe I'd go like maybe a Rancor and Priesta, right?
Okay.
Sort of your ARs and see if Rancor can get going.
Yeah, he didn't have the best map one, right? They still got the victory, but he's been a demon on Vault Hardpoint at times. Didn't really have that effort, but the ARs for Falcons have been battling with him. I mean, you probably say that's where your biggest advantage is for Heretics, like the Rancor and Super versus RCs and Priesta, but it hasn't necessarily been the case.
It hasn't been. And well, here you can see last 5 red card Hardpoint. So they were 5-1 on the year. They've lost 4 in a row. Trying to get it back.
Trying.
Some big losses there to like LA Thieves twice in Ultra, but now you have a recent one to LAG, and you're just thinking we got to get this back again. Sort of vault control, red card Hardpoint. We need more maps. Teams are gonna take away our vetoes.
Yeah. And this is why we thought the series maybe early on had potential to get a little bit deeper than maybe you think, is because some of the tough maps for Falcons and this, or sorry, tough maps for Heretics, and this being probably the one you headlined the most as being a pain point for them. So chance for Falcons to win this and get it to a map 5. Falcons got 1 win in a map 5 fashion already this qualifier over Rocker, as they played spoilers to the potential champs run for Rocker. Maybe just want to slow down this Heretics team. Is starting to feel themselves a bit, starting out 2-0. A nice little break off and start at least for Heretics. We'll see who can get the hard point. But yeah, this is what we might be going to the clock. I mean, the vault almost went to the clock. I imagine this one will be on the clock.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah, vault's got 20 seconds left. I'm assuming this one might be going to the clock.
Watch, we just have like the cleanest rate
right
of the year.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, Joe. That is how it goes. Exton saw his numbers from the map 1, trying to keep things rolling. A lot of pressure that RC's right now. He continues to dance, hopes on maybe a little bit of help. Gets that help. Just finessing now around the stun. Priesta can't get there to get the angle to help him. So RC's gonna have to win that one-on-one. Not able to do it now. That's gonna be Priesta that's in trouble. So early setup and control here at the P2 now for Heretics. We'll see how much time they can turn this into.
Yeah, well, Super, he goes on the long play. Nobody picks it up, and they just get picked apart. So you did just that if you're Miami. Great plays, taking the routes and then winning the gun fights from everybody. But you flip the map, you got the P2 setup that you want.
Just try and turn this into a ton of time. Real's looking for Ghost. His teammates got his cross and shuts it down. One more to pick up, and they're able to do that. They're winning it from the front. They're doing it so beautifully. 20 seconds still to go, and maybe not much time earned in the P1, but this has been nearly flawless after the first 10 burned off the P2. And you just got a Falcons. I mean, if you're going to be in this bad spawn, and when you think about the next Hardpoint, you got to hope you can at least contest a lot of this, right? Like, you would like to get some contests, turn this into some time, but you don't really get anything.
Well, nobody takes a route. And now when you're taking the routes, there's 3 seconds left, and Real's like, okay. Oh, well, I thought he was just going to watch the long route, but he ends up maybe just thinking, I have to get on the objective or they're going to spawn out garage.
Maybe overthinking a little bit.
Yeah, overthinking maybe a little bit there. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where nobody really got pushed forward for Falcons, but it doesn't matter as they find some kills.
He's still in the vault, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, no. Suggesting everything.
Try to deal with Rancor. Not able to deal with him. His 2, maybe an opening. Now to get onto the hard point. Tried to find his timing, and ooh, I thought the headshots might be enough to do it, but yeah, maybe the stun will bail it out. Falcons, here we go. Make it
He was just drifting his aim up, and I think just the stun connects. He probably would have had a double.
Yeah, no, he hit like a headshot tagger too.
And just stopped it in its place. But now here is your chance. But again, 10 seconds, you get out if you are Miami. You flip the spawns. Just have to deal with the player at stage. That's going to be on Priesta. We know this player is sometimes like a raid boss. You need everybody to focus on them, and they do just that.
Okay, don't allow him to get to bottom stage or make too much of a play. But still, I mean, yeah, you got Metals there, and you've got Rancor with the angle for the shots, but everyone's just going to kind of try and cut this off and go straight towards the stage fight and try to pick him out of the point. But Metals, he's got the help. He's held strong. I thought Metals was in trouble. I thought all 3 just found a timing to get across to him, but that's not been the case.
It's a health buff under there.
No, it really feels that way. Well, it probably is, realistically, considering how much of it's like wallbang damage usually when you're getting taken out. But Falcons apply the pressure. They'll take that close spawn and get in. Rancor's streak comes to an end as he finally has to get out of his bird's nest.
And great life out of Pred. Somehow, yeah, they kept up the pressure, and then he was able to find a double to get them onto the point, start to get their time. And similar to the map 1, they are just keeping this within striking distance. Now you gotta take the lead.
And nice start from Pred. 4 straight, 12 and 10. Last time we were on right card in the series, he was seeing cross-eyed. This time, though, feeling a little bit more comfortable into the hard point. Early setup at camera, though. We'll fly out to the bird's eye and take a look. Pred spree continues, but it's hard point time currently. I mean, you'll take this first 15 seconds if you're Heretics. Now the collapse comes in.
Yeah, nobody really went BS&D. That's why Super was playing so safe. That's what you normally try to contest, but all of Falcons just push it through the middle. And yeah, he is shooting 8 in a row. Hellstorm acquired. That's what we saw in the map 3s. He started to get loud. He started to get fired up. Gets everybody else locked in.
Let's see. Uh-oh. Maybe it's our observer side.
Yeah, just observer.
Okay, okay. Still a tight one. Hellstorm earned, as you said. Keep an eye on that from Pred, but well, just a flurry of kills that seemed to go the way of Heretics. They got the first 15 or so. They'll dance to get the final few. Now we'll get into our second set, and yeah, we'll see. About 3 minutes on the play clock.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at this P1.
Yeah. We'll see how much time we have remaining, but
yeah, it's already started messy.
And you were saying player to watch, maybe Rancor to have a better map. Exton, who has had a pretty solid series so far. Struggling early at 6 and 14, but well, I mean, doing all those things where Pred's getting all the kills.
Well, and that's just it. Just sort of him is right. The way their playstyles work out, I just think one of them is going to end up with just the opposite, or you're just not having a good map.
No, I think
that's what we've seen.
It can happen sometimes. I would think so with those two, 100%. But this has been a very clean start to the second set of rotation. Some real good time for Heretics. Last chance maybe for Falcons to rip them out of this, and really the lead started with the P2. The P2 from Heretics was beautiful. Can't remember whose pinch it started with, but they turned that in. It was a good 40-45 seconds I think they got. Pred wants to go ahead and call on the Hellstorm right as the P2 is going to pop. Doesn't want the same thing to happen last time. Not hitting, but calming positions. What does it turn into? Hiding bottom stage will be Rancor. Metals will already be forward. He's going to win his one-on-one.
Oh, but Pred dies, so we'll see. I think due to Real's route, yeah, you see where the Falcons players are going to spawn. So Real pushes on through, and they were hoping because they had stage, they were good to go, but that is not what happens. You blocked the spawn if you're Real, so now you have to react. You do have stage spawn. Now if you're Falcons, you just have to get the kills.
Yeah,
I mean, get a spawn behind enemy lines, so you have a bit of a pinch. Maybe you wait on him.
It's like for Heretics, okay. I mean, maybe it doesn't work out perfectly, but if you get all this time, who cares?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Honestly, who cares? And so far they have. Maybe not ideal in the spawn department, but that turns into 20 straight seconds or so.
Normally when you lose stage, it's bad news, but yeah,
the bad news bears turning into some big time. And a big lead. Now up nearly 70 with what, I mean, going into the second set of rotations, basically a tie game, yeah? Extend lurking, trying to get something going, sit around double negative and not having the best map, but we'll see if he can ice up as we get deeper into it. Priesta didn't think he had the angle on him, but he did. Exit still in the corner, and well, you almost didn't put it away, but did. Here's where you try to fight back.
Almost got caught with Kenny YY.
Yeah,
very close. Just fighting back and forth of both teams. Falcons, this is probably going to be your big chance with stage spawns. You have to hold on to them, but you really have to get them off the point for now.
Yeah, at least try to keep them out of this and take in a route. We'll see if Rancor can get out. Doesn't get out. Big kill there from Exit to make sure he doesn't sneak through. He gets that kill, can probably get away through on the cross.
Well, yeah, you would just have the angle on bus. Yep. You probably just get mowed on down. And then you lose spawns for this P4. But here we go. You already see Priesta on the hill. Middle steps exited. You have to capitalize here if you are Falcons.
This is your comeback condition right now. You need this desperately if you are Falcons. Trying to battle this from two fronts. Real wins his one-on-one on one side. Pred, though, there to trade it out. So now you can really focus hard on that bottom side of the map. That's where everything's going to be coming from for Heretics now. Falcons trying to group up and deal with it. You lose mid-lobby control. Focus has got to shift now for the Falcons defense and hold. Exton has really started to heat up after the slow start.
Yeah, I think he started to pull out an AR more, maybe to match the 3 AR setup, right, depending on the hill. Just slow down his gameplay, find some easy kills in some better spots, but massive kill there from Rentor on the Priest. Gets them off the time. Maybe you're not earning it, but you were at 140. Would have been close to a tie game.
And sometimes red card is like literally like, what kind of time do you turn bad spawns into? Like when you have the bad spawn, like, are you able to just get them out of the hard point, get some white time? Like, it's definitely a bunch of like scrappy, not perfect moments more often than not.
Yeah.
And it feels like Heretics has been a little better to this point, but Falcons starting to make some noise. Still within striking distance, just like a lot of the second half of that map 1 or just series.
Well, we talked about it, but minute 20 on the game clock, so that should come into play with
we'll see
P5 and P1 jumping up.
You would think. If I was a betting man, I thought maybe we're going to the clock, but we'll see. It's going to be close. I mean, the cleaner this camera is right now, I mean, maybe not. This is, again, a lot of really good time for Heretics at camera. Real goes on 5 straight before he falls. RC's gets the pick of the player on the point, I believe. So nobody in for now. This is what you expect more often than not at camera. Just a white hard point and AR fights all over the place. But I think you got to clean like 20 to 30 for Heretics at both cameras.
Yeah, it was about a 20-point game. Now up to around 47 or so. Falcons all spawn. They had to rotate for this P1, and well, they're going to find some of those early kills. Priest making sure there's no funny business outside towards stairs with Pred. Going to spawn him up, but pressure going to be through Ticket.
Yeah. You lost Ticket, will it hurt you? So far, you deal with it pretty well. Nice angle there from Priesta. Metals up as he finds 2. A chance to get his team forward into the point. Play clock continuing to tick. Now, just over 40 seconds remaining in it. Who would have thought? Trying to just play contest and rely on your teammates to get the shots in. They're able to do that. Now turn this into some time. Every second just feels like a dagger to Falcons based on the fact that we're dealing with 2 lost conditions. Once the clock is even more into the conversation. Big rotation upcoming.
That's why Real just plays contest, right? Just sort of bait them in. Hopefully someone overextends. That's exactly what happens. Pred almost up to 40. RC's only 13 and 28. One player gonna spawn up close. That'll be Priesta. Rentor from the hill. He's gonna take that gunfight, but Falcons have to go.
Nice win there from Exit. Priesta maybe an opener too. Real on 21 HP. You've got to go. This is your moment to stand tall if you're Falcons. 31 seconds on the clock. Well, 30 or so on the hard point. Already playing deep will be number 8 in our cities, just trying to hold anybody through, almost giving up the angle to Ranko. Ranko's just going to go ahead and drop down and party, trying to pinch this out with Real. I mean, they'll take any second they can get at this stage of the game, and this could be a massive 20 seconds in the scheme of things. As RC's drops 2, you no longer have that rotation one if you are Falcons, so you just got to send bodies at this. Yeah, Heretics can't win it here, but yeah, every point. You're feeling it, and Rancor is feeling it as well. Nearly a little slide for the triple, but he's up to 37.
I mean, you do flip it, though. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you're in position here at this P3.
It's just the time, bro.
Oh, yeah, I know. Another one where you should just, you know it. Someone's going to find a couple of kills if you're Miami.
See if that's the case. Now eclipsing the 200-point mark will be Falcons. Map 1 into 250 to 230. Maybe we're headed there again. Every kill so massive for Falcons as they try to continue to hold. You can't dance out of the hard point too long, though. Like, Priest is getting out of it, trying to get an angle and catch him, but you got to be careful. That clock's still ticking.
It's a good hold, though.
It really is. It really is.
They're not overextending bus side. They're just holding. Okay, teammate did it come on. Is that the collapse? It might be. That's going to be 2 dead for Falcons. Heretics make it all 4.
All 4. And 19.7 now on the clock. To Metal's POV, I think you get the tick to win it here. Any contest, though, might change that conversation. You'll get in, you'll at least be able to see another hard point, but early on rotation after the races, you see Rancor is coming. He's going to be the guy to head there. Give him a trophy at stairs for coverage, and you get in here at stage, it should be GG. Yeah. Next hard point pops. Nobody can get close for Falcons. Heretics get it done. It doesn't come to the play clock. They make the plays late. Heretics need to improve here. They're on a 4-loss stretch.
I mean, you're seeing a couple of smirks, like Real's kind of laughing, but outside of that, it's sort of like, that wasn't our best match.
No, just the series? No.
Yeah,
no.
I think you can kind of tell. Like,
You think that's playing down to their competition type of thing, or it's some stuff to work on for Heretics?
We got to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right.
I mean, we were 1-3 in Hardpoint coming into this. I mean, that boosts you up to 3-3. But these were very
like the
close.
Death said, there were some maps that